here's the question that I asked Jim in my correspondence. When was the public meeting and the vote by the board to authorize the funds for the county?
I'm sorry, authorize what?
When did you have a public meeting to authorize, a vote to authorize Mr. Gary's firm to spend money for the county?
There was no, to the best of my knowledge, there was no.
Okay, then who authorized the county?
It was an executive session decision, okay, based on responding to the lawsuit.
I don't think so. I think it was a decision of how to handle the lawsuit by my office.
So which one was it, Mark?
We'll go with this. It's been a year and a half.
You'll go with his?
It's his attorney.
So, wait a minute, was it your executive session decision, or was it Jim?
It was his decision in the executive session. We did meet to discuss the lawsuit.
We did meet. Who met?
Jim, wait a second. I'll interrupt you. This is my problem. In our executive session of the night, this came out, and this is my problem. I sit here before the residents of Worcester County. I asked the same question. I said, where did it happen? I was not in an executive session. There was no meeting that I was asked to go. And I wanted to know who authorized this.
Nobody authorized it. The first time I read it was the first time I read any of this entire complaint. And the response to the complaint was point by point 100 different items that were in each paragraph. And there was this counterclaim that had already been done by the legal solicitor, and that was the first time anybody saw it. After the fact, in an executive session, it might have been discussed, but my understanding is the solicitor decides how to proceed with legal matters. And we do not take the individual items and tell them what to put in as briefs or any responsibility of that sort. Exactly what happened.
Well, again, we're discussing litigation, but my office, in response to Dr. Mohn's first complaint, prepared an answer for the matter of the counterclaim, and that's what my office did, and that's what my office would do again.
Okay, so then why did you guys then have to vote on the appeal of the director's piece? Why didn't you just let Jim do the same thing with the appeal?
Again, it's a legal issue. It is my position, and will be my position, that initiating a new lawsuit, ending a lawsuit, or taking an appeal is a matter that the board should probably go. Other than that, I'm in charge of the legal affairs of the township.
Well, counterclaim isn't a lawsuit.
That's your opinion.
Right. Okay. So, just so I understand, you guys never approved Jim's counterclaim, you just did it on his own. Is that right?
After estimate, I agree with it.
Well, is it true or not? So Jim's basically authorizes funds for his own counterclaim, or you authorize the funds for his counterclaim?
I agree with it.
I think it's quite apparent now what's going on. Maybe something you should know about Jim's counterclaim, okay? Jim brought his counterclaim under section 713. Remember that, Jim?
I don't make a moment.
No? Well, I'll tell the board about it. Section 713 of the Sunshine Act doesn't have anything to do with counterclaims. He had to withdraw that part of his counterclaim. Remember that, Jim?
Don't.
Maybe you should refresh your memory and reimburse the township for that piece that you messed up.
Okay.
Because we objected.
Is there anything that we can move on with here?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to, no, we didn't beat you to death, Art. When was this executive session? When did this executive session occur? And all this apparently went on.
There was no executive session.
Art just said there was, so yeah.
I'm sorry, Jim. I think he's mistaken. There was not an executive session that I
Okay, so whose story am I going to believe? Yours or theirs? Whose story's right?
Let's prepare your questions. We've got a couple of seconds to have a record.
John, I took 5 minutes to prepare my questions. These are easy questions. Either you had an executive session or you did. Did you or did you not have an executive session to discuss this?
No idea what that's going back to check.
You have no idea?
We've got lots of executive sessions, and obviously we looked at some.
You guys don't look real good.
One thing to finish up on regarding this going back and forth, so there is no question about what's happening. I have the bills here for the last year for the doing the right thing. If someone comes before me, I don't care if it's a homeowner, a builder, the Girl Scouts, or Boy Scouts, I sit here and make the best decision I can with the facts in front of me. That's my job. That's why the people like that. The comments going back and forth here, we have short-term memory. In here, you'll see that there's meetings between two supervisors and the solicitor without me there regarding the law and sunshine problems. Okay, so there are problems in the township. People come here in a fair shake, and that's what we're here to do. And tell the truth.
You know, if it's your individual integrity that you're worried about, if you guys lose, you're going to pay it back, pay the taxpayers back. And the other problem is, if I recall correctly, that lawsuit's about the 2-minute rule, which you no longer even have on the agenda. So, you know, we're spending $50,000 for something we already changed. And if I recall correctly, the reason why that was a sunshine law violation was, let's see, we called to order. I can't remember if we did the Pledge of Allegiance before or after, but you guys went and voted on the 2-minute rule before we even had any comment. We didn't allow any comment. It's a direct violation of that law. So, I mean, maybe David would, you know, believes that you guys should not allow public comment at all. But, you know, we're supposed to be represented here.
Okay?
Steve, I have one for you.
This is the great thing. You know the answer, right? You know the answer before you ask me?
Yeah, this should be easy for you.
Okay.
This should be easy for you. The 2-minute rule. You were here back in November of 08.
Jim, that's a long time
When it passed the 2-minute
Oh,
rule, right?
I remember, Jim.
The 2-minute rule got passed without public input, and it got passed before the agenda.
Right,
Okay?
right,
You realize what happened after that.
right.
We had to waste a lot of taxpayer funds going down the road with a legal battle for you guys to finally drop the 2-minute rule because it was done wrong. Okay?
Okay.
Now, a month ago, you guys passed the 5-minute rule. But what you did this time was you did it on the agenda, and you did it with public comment. You did it the right way. My question for you is, knowing how you did it this time, knowing how you did it last time, do you think the taxpayers need to be reimbursed for those funds that were wasted by the township and the supervisors?
Well, Jim, I think to me it's a learning curve, and way back then, I wasn't sure of the magnitude of the situation.
Well, you voted against it, Steve.
I realize that.
You were correct.
Right.
So do you feel township residents were actually, you know, you need to be reimbursed? There's a question, so I'll add this. At the
I'll look into it.
At the reorganization meeting this year, the first meeting of the year, you guys violated the sunshine law, am I correct?
And we corrected it.
Am I correct? Did you violate the sunshine law?
No, it was correct.
We corrected it.
Yeah, you corrected it, right?
Jim, you
For
look
$0,
like
Steve.
this is not Q&A.
Answer my question.
Well,
For $0,
choose
right?
not to.
Right.
Put that in.
I will
Put
admit,
that.
okay, that I did go through that agenda, okay, and didn't ask for questions. And we had to go back and do it again.
Right, you
So
did
that
it.
we make sure that it was done
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
And it
You
was
corrected
done
it. You corrected the problem.
So
for
with the
$0.
problem, here, I'll help you out. With the problem, we go back, over and over. The first question we asked was, did we do it probably wrong? The answer is yes. The second part, did we do it again wrong this time? And the answer is yes. Rather than going through a lawsuit, spending all the taxpayers' money to avoid litigation problems, we stood up and said, oh, we made a mistake, we'll change it without spending any taxpayers' money.
Correct.
Without spending any money.
Correct.
And it was done.
Correct.
We made a mistake, it was